there is a competition in America where they vote on the fattest bear. That's right, lads. F the Super Bowl. I'm about to introduce you to the most important American sporting event of the year, Fat Bear Week. Hosted by the Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska, every year from the 23rd to the 30th of September, the public watches as Winnie and Paddington fight it out to see who is the most absolute of units. And this year's highest calorie Kumamane has been crowned. But before that, how the f*** does Fat Bear Week work? Simple. See, the event is held in the lead up to hibernation season, while all of these bears are at the peak of their bulk. Now, while it's running, the park allows the public to view live stream footage from all of their trail cams. These cameras capture all the park's brown bears, allowing us to observe Freddy's fat ass cousins like we just got a job at f***ing Fazbear Entertainment. Each bear caught on camera is assigned a number and occasionally a name. We, the people, then vote on the contestants day by day, pitting them against one another in a fucking single elimination tournament bracket, determining with our votes which bear most closely resembles a pyro commission until one bear is crowned the victor. Now, you may think this is just some silly little event, but no, over the years, there has been fucking voter fraud, a manhunt for a missing hiker, and one year the trail cams caught one contestant beating to death and eating another bear. But now, to answer the question you've all been waiting for, the winner of the 2025 Fat Bear Week is 32 Chunk, winning with a broken jaw. They named that f***er after the render distance you need to load in his entire body at once. Australia just found a new shark. And of course, being from the land down under, it's fucking weird. Introducing the brand new Western Australian lantern shark. As the name suggests, discovered by a team of scientists off the coast of Western Australia. Now, as with the overwhelming majority of weird shit in the ocean, the Ozempic shark here is found in the deep sea, sharing a postcode with the anglerfish, that one xenomorph shark, and now, despite the word shark making most people think of something a little closer in size to, I don't know, Bruce, Slenderman's fish sonar over here only grows up to 30 centimeters. This little guy shares a weight class with a fucking foot long. But I mean, honestly, I still personally think 30 centimeters is way too big. He could be just as good as the other sharks if he was, let's just say 3 inches. However, other than being built like a fishy USB cable and owning a property in rock bottom, what makes him so weird? Simple. He fucking glows.
Throwing flashbang.
But fucking why? Well, you see, these bad boys are found in the twilight zone of the ocean, around 1.2 kilometers below the surface. A place so fucking far down, it sees less sunlight than the inside of a Gacha addict's room. And so, lantern sharks evolved bioluminescence on their gills and fins in order to fucking communicate with one another. The glow is the evolutionary equivalent of a fucking indicator, showing that a literal abyss shark is more intelligent than your average BMW driver. Aussie farmers thought they were being attacked by aliens. But what was actually causing it is so much funnier. This is a wallaby, the kangaroo's vertically challenged little cousin. Now, to get a little more specific, this is a Bennett's wallaby, native to my home state of Tasmania. And that location is very important to the story. Tassie is home to a lot of things. Beautiful views, a seal with a felony record, and the nut. However, one thing they tend to leave off the tourism brochures is drugs. Tasmania is the world's largest exporter of legal opium, the main ingredient in opioid painkillers like morphine, with this one tiny island producing 50% of global supply. Now, opium comes from poppy milk, and to get poppy milk, you need to milk poppies. And to produce that 50% of global supply, Tasmanian farmers grow huge fields of these things across the north of the state. However, because throwing these flowers into a crafting table gives you narcotics, these fields are legally required to be under extremely tight security. Which is why these same poppy farmers became extremely confused when crop circles showed up in the plant equivalent of a Town Hall 9 Clash of Clans base. They were understandably absolutely bewildered by this, and some people even thought it was aliens. So to figure out whether or not it was a Halo Elite drawing this shit, they set up some cameras. And what they saw was this little shit breaking into the field, eating the milk-filled buds, getting absolutely eyed, and then hopping in circles until he passed the out. They thought the Covenant were invading, and it was a drink-driving wallaby. This shrimp has a gun. No, this isn't a Fortnite skin. This is a real animal, and it's called the pistol shrimp. Now, unsurprisingly, being named after a firearm, of course it's native to the United States of America. Where the else do you think you were going to find it? However, they can actually be found expressing their Second Amendment rights over the majority of the globe too. Now, coming in at a huge 2 inches, it is not the size of his body that makes him special, but the caliber of the big iron on his hip. Or should I say big claw? You see, that oversized right pincher isn't just because he forgot to, switch hands while doing homework. No, mate, that claw is basically Mega Man's arm cannon. But last I checked, they can't call in an ammo resupply under the sea. So how does the claw become a gun? The answer is bubble. You see, these bad boys hunt smaller shrimp, and they start that hunt by jumping off the battle bus and looking for prey. Once they get within effective range, they will literally cock their claw like the hammer on a revolver. Weapon ready, they line up the shot, take aim, and counter-terrorists win. They snap their claws together so fucking fast, it causes an underwater vacuum, creating an explosive cavitation bubble hotter than the surface of the sun. This bubble is then launched at the enemy at over 100k an hour. The bubble then connects with the smaller shrimp and flashbangs it. This either kills it outright or stuns it long enough to be consumed. Poor little fucker got quick-scoped by Faye Shrimp. This pond is hiding something scary. No, not that. It's worse. You see, these are cranberries, a small red fruit used in juice, sauces, and even alcohol. However, unlike many fruits which grow in luscious green fields, cranberries grow in a fucking swamp. However, sharing a postcode with Shrek doesn't exempt cranberries from pest control issues. But rather than dumping enough toxic chemicals on the cranberry bog to qualify it as a League of Legends lobby, cranberry farmers decided to use a more interesting form of pest control. Fucking wolf spiders. That's right, in order to prevent a horde of bugs from devouring these innocent cranberries, our brave hell spiders are deployed to the field to protect against the horde.
which works great. Until they flood the fields to harvest the cranberries, at which point the highly venomous wolf spiders start to look for the closest high point. And if you're picking the berries, that's you.
I want you to imagine you're cave diving. You turn a corner and see a spider web the size of the fucking wall. I regret to inform you that no, this is not fake. This is an actual photo from the inside of a cave on the Greek-Albanian border, where scientists have discovered the world's largest spider web, located in a portion of the cave crammed to the brim with sulfur that has quite literally never seen the light of God. This wall of white sticky stuff spans 1,100 square fucking feet. That is the size of a 2-bedroom fucking house. However, finding the average Australian home on the wall of a cave at Y11 brings up a far scarier question. What the fuck built it? Well, to the relief of many, no, we did not discover a giant spider lair. Nor is this the result of a single spider with creative mode and world edit. No, it's far fucking worse. Because this web is the arachnid equivalent of getting the boys on for a 2-week Minecraft phase. Because this web is a collaborative effort. It was built by 111,000 fucking spiders.